What is up, everybody? I'm kind of just gonna be going over the new PvP changes that are gonna be happening soon. I actually have no idea when they're actually gonna be coming out. Probably on like Tuesday or something. But I'm just gonna kind of go down the list and say my opinions on them. Okay. Holy DK buffs. Personally, I'm fine with that. I either play with classes that do well against DKs or can play with DKs, so that's cool. Demon Hunter buffs, they've been kind of non-existent this patch. Chaos Strike and Annihilation, 10% damage buff pretty much. And the reverse and the Chili got buffed. I like this purely because I play Demon Hunter probably. Um, I mean, they have really not been anywhere this entire season. They've just been overshadowed by warriors and rogues and stuff like that. So yeah, that's good, I think. Wrestle Shaman buffs, they're not really that big. I don't think that Swift Mending buff is really too huge. I think there's like a spec based around it, but it's not that good. But yeah, they need a buff. Maybe the int buff will be enough, but probably won't be. Brewmaster buffs, I don't know anything about that. Okay. Lots of Mistweaver changes. Lots of Mistweaver nerfs, kind of. Soothing Mist and everything Soothing Mist related was nerfed by 20%. I don't know how huge that is. Because I've never played Mistweaver or played with one. Way the Crane got nerfed, which is kind of interesting. Way the Crane's kind of busted. It's pretty much Melee Wings 2.0. They got an int buff to kind of try to mitigate the nerfs, and their damage was reduced like every other healer. The damage reduced is kind of way bigger for something like a Mistweaver Monk because they have Way of the Crane. So that's kind of a big-ish nerf to them. Okay, Frost Mages. I hate Frost Mages. So their kind of one-shot damage was nerfed a bit, but their overall damage was buffed by 3%. I don't think that this is the change they should be making it a Frost Mage. They should definitely be nerfing the slows. It shouldn't be an 80% slow. It'd be like 50% slow, and their snare shouldn't have a chance of rooting, in my opinion. But, that'll probably never happen. Next, Paladin changes. Every Paladin spec's healing increased by 15% of Flash of Light. That's pretty interesting. Can help against rot teams for Ret Paladin at least, whenever you want to pull back and heal. Holy, their intellect got buffed, damage got nerfed. Damage getting nerfed kind of nerfs Melee Wings more, kind of like with Way of the Crane and Mistweaver Monks. But I don't know, I don't think Paladins play Melee Wings as much anymore. It's not that good now with the nerf. But Holy Light and Holy Shock buff, so just their normal healing got buffed more outside of Melee Wings and things like that, which is pretty good. Holy's been decent this season, nowhere near as good as has the previous seasons, obviously. But yeah, they've been mainly overshadowed by Mistweavers and priests and shamans. Prot nerfs, whatever. And then kind of a weird rat change. Our versatility got buffed. Okay, so I actually kind of forgot what the number, how much haste got nerfed. So if it's only 10%, that's actually not that huge. We should still have, it shouldn't affect our globals too much, I don't think. The crit nerf, I don't really care about it. Our crit's probably going to still be around 30%, maybe 28 at least. But that's still fine to me. I feel like getting a little bit of damage reduction is really huge. But the only thing is, it's only like actually 4% versatility, even though it says 50%. Because our versatility right now is 8%, so that gets us to 12%. So pretty much we're getting a 4% damage and healing buff and a 2% reduction damage reduction buff. I'm not sure if that's really gonna help at all. Is the thing. Uh, I feel like Ref Alden needs some other kind of changes. Like against Frost Mages, it's ridiculous. Like our only mobility is Freedom, and then just gets instant purge, and then we're rerouted. I feel like they need to do something like make Root undispellable. I mean Freedom undispellable. Because I don't know. It's gonna keep going. Just damage reduced by 3%, and they're like buffed by 5%. That's pretty good. Disc is meh right now. The damage nerf kind of nerfs, I think, Dark Archangel a bit, but it's not that huge since it's only 3%. Disc will probably still be fine. I don't know if holy damage really matters. So yeah, holy. I don't know if holy damage is really that huge. Like I know they have to smite to get their chastise up and stuff like that, but I've only played like a couple games with holy, so I'm not 100% sure. They got an int buff, so obviously it's good for them. And then lots of Shadow Priest changes. Shadow Priest has been pretty bad. Their only viable comp has been either Shadow Play or Boomy Shadow Priest, really. And that's just because Boomies and Warlocks are really good right now. So their int got buffed by 3%. Their versatility got buffed by 10%. They definitely needed that, but they're super squishy right now, even with their new damage reduction. Because like you can just once they go into shadow form, they lose their damage reduction, so you can just kill them pretty easily. Shadow Mania now grants 4 insanity instead of 3 insanity. I guess that's better. I don't even know what Mind Trauma does, but 3% haste instead of 1% haste. Yay. I think Mind Trauma is the thing that was glitched out for a while. Like it would go super high and your haste would just be insane and you would just instantly win the game. Yeah. So 12% per target and 24% overall. I don't even know. I can't really say anything about this. I don't really know what Mind Trauma does. So yeah, Assassination Rogues, Poison Bomb, nerf again. They nerf Poison Bomb a lot, like all the time. Like that's their number one thing to nerf with Assassination Rogues. But it's kind of understandable now because I feel like it procs way more than it used to, like in Season 1 and Season 2. Yeah, sub. Okay, so sub, Agi nerf. Sub is kind of ridiculous. I feel like they need to nerf like Gloom Blades or something. Like Gloom Blades shouldn't be a thing. Their filler shouldn't do 500k damage, and have pretty much armor piercing. But yeah. Now they can't. So now pretty much when you're playing RMX, you can't vanish polymorph in stealth anymore. Casting will take you out. You can't vanish polymorph. You can't vanish greater pyro, etc. Just kind of a decent nerf. But I don't know. That's kind of just more annoying at times. Now they're just gonna be using all their tricks of the trade on like cloak and evasion and stuff like that. Stuff to keep them alive rather than using it for offensive reasons. But I don't know. Not having invisible poly is helpful. Enhanced nerfs, enhanced damage is kind of ridiculous, but I feel like maybe they need to buff its versatility a bit. It's actually really squishy. But yeah, the nerfs are warranted, being that you can one-shot someone in like 3 globals with Ascendance. Now to the big one, Affliction Lock nerfs. Well, I mean, they're definitely nerfs. So their instant damage was pretty much reduced by 15%. And I guess corruption length is shorter. I never knew it was 40 seconds long. That must be really annoying for like rogues and stuff. But they buffed Unstable Affliction and Drain Soul. I don't like the Drain Soul buff. I hate Drain Soul when it's good. But overall, I think that change is good because Locke shouldn't be able to do like 350k DPS without casting once the entire game, while just focusing on kiting and staying alive the entire game. Yeah, it's kind of stupid in my opinion. So now they have to cast to do really good damage, it seems. And also their gateway was nerfed. I don't know how big this is. Like right now, locks can gate every 30 seconds. I guess it might be 45 seconds now. But it looks like it's also being nerfed for his teammates. And I think teammates gates was like once every minute. So is it every minute 15 now? I'm not really sure. But gateway nerfs are good for Ret Paladin because we can't fucking move. Woot. Arms Warriors. So now they really can't do any damage when in D stance because it's a 20% damage reduction instead of 10% damage reduction. That's kind of interesting. So Warriors gonna be way more of kill targets, and it'll probably be kind of more of a skill cap between Warriors because you can't just sit D stance all game because you don't do any damage, and you can't really sit battle because you'll die. So yeah, I guess there'll be more of a skill cap with stance dancing, I guess. Next up, strength, versatility nerfs, whatever. I mean, Warriors have been getting nerfed a lot. They've probably been like 10% strength, like damage nerf in total since the patch started, because this is 7% damage nerf, and they previously got a 3% or 4% damage nerf. So yeah, Warriors getting kind of dicked on, but they're still probably gonna be really good even with these nerfs. Um, so overall with the changes, I feel like locks aren't gonna be everywhere anymore. Maybe more Resto Druids and Demon Hunters and DKs now, and less Warriors too. They're kind of just like most of the melee classes are catching up, are now like leveling out with how Warriors were, which is good in my opinion. Well, except for fucking Ret Paladin. Ret Paladin's probably gonna still be shit. Ret Paladin, I don't know. Ret Paladin could still be good. I feel like a really good comp right now would be like Ret Paladin Assassination Rogue. Because I feel like like I've been playing Ret Warrior. It probably works a lot like Ret Warrior, but it's probably just better because Assassination Rogue damage is actually insane. Also, you have Shiv and stuff like that to keep up with people. Yeah, I just feel like it'll be really good. What else? Frost Mage. I don't know. They need to nerf its slows, I think, and the random roots. I'm fine with them having crazy one-shot damage if they don't have this much slow and stuff, because they shouldn't be able to do like 700k ice lances on top of you not being able to move. But yeah, that's about it, I guess. Everything. I mean, maybe Shadow Priests are gonna be more viable. It doesn't look like just the versatility is their survivability buff. I don't think anything else helps their survivability really. They might still have problems in void form and stuff. But yeah, that's about it. Oh, wait, what do I think? How will the meta change? I kind of said that. Less lock teams, more. I feel like there's gonna be more rogue mage, in my opinion, or Windwalker mage. Windwalker mage is probably gonna be insane right now with the Windwalker buffs. I actually was queuing into a lot of Windwalker Arcane pretty high up, and that shit's actually insane. What else? Yeah, that's kind of it. Less locks, more mage teams, and that's kind of worse for Ret in my opinion. So Ret might be even worse than they were before this change. But maybe it won't be ass. So hope this helped out a bit, I guess. Peace.